I'm not gonna lie, watching Denny Hamlin win at Las Vegas hit different this time. It wasn't just the dominant performance. 134 laps led, a comeback from a speeding penalty, and his 61st career Cup Series win, which ties him with Kevin Harvick for 10th on the all-time wins list. This one felt heavier, deeper, because just 4 months earlier, on December 28, 2025, Denny lost his father, Denny Hamlin, in a tragic house fire. In this video, we are diving into Denny Hamlin's emotional Las Vegas victory, why this race meant everything after losing his dad, and why his victory speech left NASCAR fans and even broadcasters in tears. This wasn't just about points or playoff positioning. This was a son honoring his father at the exact same track where he dedicated his previous win to him just months before the tragedy. Let me take you back, because if you don't know the full story, you need to understand why this win was so much more than a checkered flag. It was a Sunday night, December 28, 2025. A fire broke out at Dennis and Mary Lou Hamlin's home in Stanley, North Carolina, just outside Charlotte. When emergency crews arrived, the two-story house was fully engulfed in flames. Both Dennis and Mary Lou had already escaped, but they suffered severe injuries. Denny Hamlin, 75 years old, was rushed to the hospital but didn't survive. Mary Lou, 69, was transferred to a burn center in Winston-Salem in critical condition. Denny got the call no child ever wants to receive. Your father is gone. Your mother is fighting for her life. What makes it even more heartbreaking? Just 2 months earlier, on October 12, 2025, Denny won at this very same Las Vegas Motor Speedway his 60th career victory. In Victory Lane, he fought back tears while talking about his dad. "He's the one who got me into racing," Denny said. "Took me to a racetrack when I was 5, then made every financial sacrifice to keep me going. They sold everything they had. We almost lost the house a couple times. I'm just glad he got to see 60. Dennis had been battling advanced COPD. His lungs were failing, and he could no longer travel to watch Denny race. Denny knew 2025 would likely be the last season his father would be alive to see him chase a championship. That October Vegas win, Denny dedicated it directly to his dad. His crew chief even came over the radio. "We all know you earned that one for your dad." 2 months later, Dennis was gone. The fire was later ruled accidental. The exact cause couldn't be determined because of how badly the house was damaged. A 3,724 square foot home owned by Denny's real estate company. A total loss. But the real loss couldn't be measured in dollars. Denny later described the devastating moment he saw his father's body after the fire. His mom had managed to get him outside to the front yard. "I saw him laying there after he had passed," Denny told Fox Sports. "That's when I knew it was real." That image has stayed with him ever since. Somehow, he still had to climb back into a race car. He showed up for the 2026 Daytona 500, but admitted he wasn't fully locked in. His mother was still recovering, and the grief was overwhelming. That's what racers do, though. They show up. Then came Las Vegas on March 15th, 2026. The same track. The same place where he'd poured his heart out about his father's sacrifices just months earlier. Denny was untouchable that day, leading 134 laps, but a speeding penalty dropped him all the way back to 31st. For most drivers, that would have been race over. Not for Denny. He wasn't racing for points that day. He was racing for his dad. Lap after lap, he clawed his way back through the field with incredible patience and speed. With under 20 laps to go, he was back in the fight. He retook the lead and never looked back. When he crossed the finish line, it was his 61st career win and his first since losing his father. In Victory Lane, the emotions finally broke through. Voice cracking, Denny said, "This one's for my dad. I know he's up there watching, up there in heaven with his best friend George, and I know they're proud. Fans at home were crying, crew members were crying, even the Fox broadcasters got choked up. Because this wasn't just a race win, it was a son honoring the man who sacrificed everything so he could live this dream. And there's one more detail that makes it even more powerful. The only thing that survived the fire was a journal Dennis had been writing in during the last year of his life. Denny called it a book about Grandpa, full of his favorite stories, foods, and wishes for the family after he was gone. That journal is now one of the few physical things Denny has left of his father. Dennis Hamlin wasn't just a dad. He was the man who saw raw talent in a fearless little boy in a go-kart and moved heaven and earth to give him a shot. Second mortgages, maxed out credit cards, tough conversations with his wife about whether they could afford one more week of racing. Denny heard those arguments from his bedroom as a kid, but they never quit. And it paid off. 61 Cup wins, multiple Daytona 500 victories, co-owner of 23 EXI Racing with Michael Jordan. When Denny crossed that finish line in Vegas, it wasn't just his victory, it was Dennis's too. It was for his mom, who's still recovering but getting stronger every day. It was for a family that gave up so much so their son could chase greatness. And it was proof that even after losing the person who started it all, you can still find a way to keep going and keep winning. Tyler Reddick's win streak ended that day. But this was Denny Hamlin's moment. This was Dennis Hamlin's moment. And for a few hours in Las Vegas, it felt like his dad was right there, riding along. What do you think? After everything Denny has been through, does this feel like the start of something special in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.